Hello, BookTube. I've got a little mail haul today, and I mean little not just in terms of the number of packages, but also the size of the packages. They're so tiny I feel like tossing them back right off the edge of the canoe. This thing, for instance. It's got to be a slim volume of poetry, but what are the odds? What happens if they're all slim volumes of poetry? That would never have happened to me before. I guess it is National Poetry Month, so it could. But let's see what this first one is. What have we got here? No? No, it's not a slim volume of poetry. It is a small volume that's translated. It's To the Back of Beyond by Peter Stamm. Now let's see here. He's been nominated for the Man Booker International, and this is his 6th novel. What it means to be in the middle of nowhere in mind and body. Happily married with 2 children and a comfortable home in a Swiss town, Thomas and Astrid enjoy a glass of wine in their garden on a night like any other. Called back to the house by their son's cries, Astrid goes inside, expecting her husband to join her in a bit. But Thomas gets up, and after a brief moment of hesitations, opens the gate and walks out. No longer bound by the ties of his everyday life, family, friends, work, Thomas begins a widening trek across the countryside, exposed as never before to the alpine winter. And at home, Astrid wonders where he's gone and when he'll come back, and whether or not he's still alive. Okay, so this is translated from the German, from last year, from 2016. And I wish, okay, the publisher, who is this that does this? Other Press decided to give this a cliche as an English title. I wish that they had chosen a different way to translate the German title, but what can you do? So this comes out in October, which makes it the latest new release that I have so far. And we have this thing, also tiny. I'm bouncing the camera around again. Let me angle myself so that I maybe don't do that. What is this that's tiny? Okay, so this is by Christina Baker Klein. And it comes out in early May. It is the young reader edition of Orphan Train, called Orphan Train Girl. I don't recall Orphan Train, at least not well enough to really propound. Molly Eyre has been shipped from one foster home to another for as long as she can remember. Most of the time, Molly knows she's the problem. Talking back, bad attitude. But how is she supposed to behave when her foster parents act like they don't want her there? After stealing a book from the library, Molly is forced to do community service, helping an elderly widow clean out her attic. Just one more adult to look at her like she's troublemaking foster kid. What else is new? But Vivian isn't like any adult that Molly has ever encountered. She actually listens when Molly talks. That sounds good. It's due in early May. So I will wait a few weeks before I read it. I will not under any circumstances review it, because girl is in the title, but it sounds like something that I'll enjoy, even so. Then we have this thing. It's light as a feather. So is it a compact disc? Am I getting some Mozart in the mail? I don't know. Okay, this is a slim volume of poetry. This is Nikki Giovanni. Oh, I did not request this. This comes out, it'll be a $20 hardcover, also in October. It's called A Good Cry, and it is all of 100 pages long. And that's what it looks like. There's our poet in winter. So this comes out in the fall, and William Morrow is expecting to find people to pay $20 for 100 pages. I imagine they will. Who knows? Certainly good news for Nikki Giovanni if they do. And then we've got this last thing here. It's almost square, so I don't know that it can be a book. We shall see. We're on this adventure together. It's square because it's 2 mass markets. And it's not just any 2 mass markets, it's 2 mass market romances. Alrighty. Well, Okay, so the bad news is they're not Regencies. The good news is they look fantastic. So the first one is by Ellie Kennedy. This is Midnight Target, and it is a Killer Instincts novel. This time it's personal. I actually put that on the top of the back. This time it's, in case the publicist is listening, this time it's personal has actually become a cliche for cliched cliches. It hasn't looped around to being ironic. It is the hallmark of anyway, it will get your reader laughing. That's what I mean by it has become a hallmark for a cliche. So when you want a dramatic opening to your back cover copy, instead you're going to have readers laughing. That's 4 years ago, Kate's entire life changed when she discovered she was the daughter of a super soldier. But Jim Morgan's overprotectiveness has pushed her away. These days, she's working as a freelance photographer and living the dangerous life Jim never wanted for her. When Kate snaps a photo linking a corrupt South American politician with a leader of a notorious drug cartel, her mercenary father leads a team to rescue her, only to get shot critically and wounded in the process. Okay, there's a step missing there, right? She snaps a photo, and he goes to rescue her. So something happens to her in between. So it looks like this time it's personal is not the only mistake the back cover copywriter made. What happens to her that she needs rescuing? As Morgan's operatives rally together on a revenge mission, they're faced with new alliances and old heartaches. Soon it's all-out war between the cartel and the mercenaries, with two couples caught in the middle of the blood feud. Okay, so that must be Jim Morgan on the cover, pointing his gun very seriously at someone. Okay, so Midnight Target. And then the next one is by the always reliable J.C. Burton. And this is Love Me Again. With a very attractive male on the cover, but not the one that first comes to mind. Let's see here. Okay, and this guy with the skin-tight blue t-shirt is carrying a lot of rope, but the rope is not attached to the dog. So I don't know what he's planning to do with that. So it opens up possibilities for a whole other kind of novel. So is this also a series? This is a Hope novel. Okay. Set in Hope, Oklahoma. I think I've read a couple of these. When Loretta Simmons returns to Hope, Oklahoma after a disastrous marriage, she's determined to remain independent for the sake of her daughter. The only thing standing in her way is Deacon Fox, a man she loved and walked away from years ago. Since Loretta owns the bookstore right next to his current renovation project, if Hope, Oklahoma has a bookstore, I'm the Shah of Iran. Deacon can't escape the woman who broke his heart. If Deacon Fox is a regular patron of any kind of bookstore, I'm the Tsar of all the Russias. Throw in her adorable little girl and one ridiculously oversized dog, and they're almost a family. Only he can't be that guy. What they had once was once in a lifetime. But love has a funny way of reopening a door you thought was firmly closed. Okay, so I don't understand why the girl is adorable and little, whereas the dog is ridiculously oversized. That's blatant speciesism. But anyway, so Love Me Again is the title of the book, and if you put the title of the book together with that description on the back, I think we know what's going to happen. That's all right. The whole point of these things is that it doesn't matter that you know what's going to happen. So we have Love Me Again by J.C. Burton. We have Midnight Target by Ella Kennedy. We have Slim Volume of Poetry, A Good Cry by Nikki Giovanni. We have Orphan Train Girl by Christina Baker Klein. And we have To the Back and Beyond by Peter Stamp. So it turned out that good things come in small packages. So there we go. And that's it for now. I'll see you soon, BookTube. Thank you.